No, in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, 2-1. Yeah, nope, you're right. Thought you were talking about that.
Yeah, no, here we played well.
Yeah.
And then Orange County was just.
Let's not talk about that one. It's a shame there's no military family tonight.
Yeah.
I like the military family.
Miguel Gonzalez.
Yep. There's his brother, Danny.
Yep, number 12.
His brother was born here. Miguel was born in Michoacan, Mexico.
Huh.
His brother was born in Yelm.
USL soccer returns to Colorado Springs in 2017. The Switchbacks FC at home for the first time this season, playing host to the Energy FC of OKC. Welcome in, everybody. Josh Haub alongside Roland Vargas. Roland, it is the first day of April, and no, this is no April Fool's joke. You look around, snow, a little rain, a little sleet. We've had everything, but all in all, the surface in outstanding condition.
It is, if anything, the snow, the rain we had today here in Colorado Springs maybe fastened up the surface a little bit. You see here the Switchbacks have done a great job to clear the surface. Not any snow on the field whatsoever, so we're going to be good here for game time.
All right, let's talk about the matchup here tonight, and let's talk about the Switchbacks. A lot of changes from 2016, but certainly on paper, this is an impressive-looking lineup here in Game 2 of the season.
You're absolutely right about that too, Josh Howe. Very strong lineup for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, led by their captain, Ronnie Argueta. Taesung Kim coming in next to him in the middle of the midfield today. A lot of strength, a lot of size in the middle of that midfield for the Switchbacks.
Argueta certainly a key piece returning to the midfield, but they have more than Kim and Argueta at that midfield spot.
They do. They brought in a lot of players. They've got some on the bench today. We've seen some changes from that first game for the Switchbacks. They've got a lot of depth in that position, in that midfield position, that central position. They're going to use that, try to push forward here this evening.
All right, head coach Steve Tritchu, he caught up with Roland Vargas earlier tonight. Here's his take coming into the home opener.
Joined here by Switchbacks head coach Steve Tritchu. Steve, difficult conditions today. How do you think they're going to play into this game?
You know, actually, it's not too bad. The field's held up well. It's actually kind of firm, so I think it's going to be good. And you know, we just got to play our game and put some pressure on them, and hopefully we can get some goals tonight.
You know how important home field advantage is here from last year. How do you think the snow and these conditions here today are going to help play into your hands?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that much difference, but you know, like I said, we have to use the altitude to our advantage and make them work a little bit. And like I said, score some goals, be good on defense tonight.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Good, thanks.
The starting lineups, let's take a look at Colorado Springs' Switchbacks. Well, Dan Jackson gets his first start of the 2017 season in goal.
A local lad, Dan Jackson, played a lot up at the University of Denver. Stonewall Jackson, as he's known, he's going to come in goal. Other big names, other local players coming in as well. Aaron King going to lead the strikers line for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC tonight.
The veteran getting the start up top for Colorado Springs. On the flip side for Oklahoma City, well, you talk about goaltending. Cody Lorendi, as good as there were in the USL last season, 12 shutouts. He's the starter in goal tonight.
A fantastic goalkeeper for the Oklahoma City Energy FC. You're absolutely right, but they've got a strong defensive line in front of him, a big midfield. They've got a lot of size throughout their lineup.
And keep an eye on number 6, Covarrubias, one of the top of the midfield for Oklahoma City. All the makings for a great matchup here tonight. The Switchbacks, the Energy FC, the kickoff when we come back.
Romain Dumas, 150 miles an hour.
It's the 95th running of the Broadmoor Pikes Peak International Hill Climb, brought to you by Gran Turismo. On June 25th, watch the world's greatest riders and drivers compete on America's mountain. Meet the competitors and experience the thrills at FanFest. The Broadmoor Pikes Peak International Hill Climb, brought to you by Gran Turismo, June 25th. Get some speed. Tickets available at ppihc.com.
Choose Penrose Cancer Center for the most pioneering care in Southern Colorado, offering the most advanced tools and expertise for over 70 years. Part of the comprehensive Centura Health Cancer Network. Learn more at penrosecancercenter.org.
A USL rivalry renewed here this afternoon to start the 2017 season at home. And the player walkout. And for a cold, chilly Saturday afternoon, a nice crowd on hand. Steve Tritchu, his third season in a row, and what a job he has done to the playoffs. Both seasons, third place finishes in each of his first 2 seasons.
No doubt one of the best coaches in this league. Head coach Steve Tritchu, joined as always by his trustful assistant there, Woldy Harris, on the sideline.
So the Switchbacks coming in 0-1 of the season for OKC. Jimmy Nilsson in his 4th season as the head man. He too has delivered playoff appearances in the last 2 years. And OKC also looking for their first win in 2017 after a 3-1 loss to Swope Park, the reigning Western Conference champions. And you see there Miguel Gonzalez, a former Switchback. It's odd to see him in another jersey, but he is a member of the OKC Energy, joining his younger brother, Daniel Gonzalez. So the officials here tonight, well, the referee, Jonas Marcaracci, Jacob Harrell, Devin Wagner, and Chris Greer. And we are underway here at Widener Field in Colorado Springs. The Switchbacks in a home white, and OKC the road blue with green numbers. Jordan Burt, part of that anchoring defensive unit for the Switchbacks. 3 of the 4 return. Christian Ibiaga, he is not returning this season, so certainly a void to fill. But the good news, Roland, you have Burt, Phillips, and Suggs all back on that back end for Colorado Springs.
Ton of experience defensively there for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, especially in both of those fullback positions. Jordan Burt on the right-hand side, Josh Suggs on the left. Ton of experience for the Switchbacks and a ton of quality.
A long ball down to the run there by Abusi, and here comes OKC. First shot, and it's wide to the post on the near side. A point-blank chance, and the Switchbacks dodge one early.
You can see there the 2 Danish players for the Switchbacks and a ton of quality.
Down the near a long inside. Ball down to the run there by Abusi.
Coming in for the shot there. Unlucky there for Rasmussen to pull that shot wide. Dan Jackson coming out, narrowing the angle there, but good work initially there from Danny Koenig to win the ball for the Oklahoma City Energy FC.
Well, Dan Jackson getting the start in goal this afternoon. Justin Luthi got the start last week in Tulsa against the Roughnecks, and it was a tough outing for Luthi, so they're mixing it up. And up top, this is Shane Malcolm, one of the new additions to the Switchbacks, and you can see his burst is phenomenal.
As you said, that first touch there really got himself some space. Won the corner, early corner here for the Switchbacks. Very tall, very strong team for the Oklahoma City Energy FC, so it's going to be key for the Switchbacks to try to impose their own physical size from their set pieces here tonight.
So Chris James on the corner here for the Switchbacks. And a second minute of play here. James, good ball backside, and it's poked out of there. And there's Miguel Gonzalez, bumped off the ball. James now back in, low ball, towed up to the 18 and now cleared out by OKC.
It was a great win there initially by Ronnie Argueta to recycle the ball for the Switchbacks FC. There's Jordan Burt there, as you see, losing out there, but it was good work there from Ronnie Argueta in his defensive midfield position.
This Oklahoma City team scored just 1 goal in the season opener last year, but, or I should say last week. A season ago, they advanced all the way to the conference semifinals. 2 years ago, a Western Conference finalist, and of course that epic shootout against Colorado Springs in the semifinals where OKC advanced. But these two have quite a history, and just 4 matches played between them. This is developing into quite a rivalry.
It is, yeah. The Oklahoma City Energy FC, obviously they have that local rivalry with the Tulsa Roughnecks down there in Oklahoma, but right here with Colorado Springs, you've seen just in the couple of years that the Colorado Springs have been in the USL just how tight these matches have been.
There's Phillips on the back end. It'll be OKC ball. Josh Phillips, when he is healthy, he is good as any in a USL. Certainly Steve Tritchie glad to have number 2 back in the lineup for a 3rd straight season.
See a long throw in here from Oklahoma City, try to use their size, flick this ball on into the box.
There's Phillips defending high up in the air. Abusi comes over to help, and that's going to be OKC ball. Fans, don't forget, Nike, a proud sponsor of the USL. On Twitter, check them out at the Twitter handle @Nike Soccer. So quarter cook, first of the day for OKC.
They're very dangerous in these positions. They have a ton of size and strength in the middle of their team.
Ben in, and the ball is going to shoot through. And through the 18, the Switchbacks play it to midfield. There's Malcolm up ahead, and that ball defended well there by OKC. Here's Miguel Gonzalez. Gonzalez playing it up ahead, of course, in 2 years with the Switchbacks, 16 goals, 9 assists. He was a big part of the success in those playoff runs the last 2 seasons here in Colorado Springs. And certainly the lure to play with younger brother Daniel certainly appealing, and perhaps prompted that move to Oklahoma City.
100% correct. Really missed his family, wanted to be closer to his brother Danny Gonzalez. But Miguel, as you said, Miguel Gonzalez, tremendous 2 seasons here for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Fans are very happy to see him back here for the first game here of the season at Widener Field.
So Mickey Daly across the midfield stripe here for Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City last season defensively one of the best in the USL, conceding the 4th lowest total in terms of goals scored against in the USL. But that changed to the opener, giving up 4. Both these teams struggled out of the gates. I should say gave up 3 against Swope Park. There's Malcolm playing it up, and now Oklahoma City got to swing it over to the far side. And you can see there the footing giving way just a bit here in the early going.
They had the field here at Widener Field plowed around 3 o'clock this afternoon. Switchbacks ground staff did a great job to get the snow. We had a ton of snow accumulation here in Colorado Springs over the last 2 days, and the field is actually in pretty good condition, as we talked about in the pregame. It's playing soft, it's playing fast, and as long as you said, the players are able to change their studs, maybe go for a slightly longer stud pattern, I think they should be fine here today. The field looks like, so far, it's holding up quite well.
There's Shane Malcolm now. And well defended there by Oklahoma City. Malcolm try to use that speed along the end line and turning, sets it up, backside, and it's headed out through the end line by Richard Nixon. What a move by Malcolm. Nearly finished it off, but Nixon well positioned defensively.
Well, wonderful play there from Shane Malcolm. Just gives the defender the little shimmy there, goes right around him, tries to play it into the far post there for Masta Kasher. Unlucky there, good clearance there. Another corner kick, Budweiser corner kick here for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Chris James will take this corner with his right foot, whip it in, try to put it right on top of the penalty spot in Aaron King's head.
So James bends it in, sent out of there by Suggs and company. Now through the end line and quickly over to play it was Lorendi. So the Switchbacks offensively, something we saw 2 years ago, home field advantage was so key because they would jump up early and often on opponents. Last year that changed a bit, and they certainly want to recapture that offensive home threat they have here at Widener Field.
They do, and they want to continue to wear down opponents as they have for the first couple of seasons up here in the altitude, especially with these conditions today. Heavy field, a lot of snow, a lot of rain. Very difficult to come into these kind of conditions here in Colorado Springs and play your top game, especially if the Switchbacks are playing theirs. You can already see the importance, excuse me, Josh, you already see the importance of Ronnie Argueta there, just playing right in between his two center backs. Josh Phillips finding him quite a lot, but Ronnie Argueta sitting deep, and Kim is pushing a little bit further forward here to start the first half.
James and company. Patience here on this offensive possession as Argueta directing traffic. Been over here to Bird on the near side. He's got Kim in front of him. Good spacing by both these teams here in the early going. In the 8th minute, no score. A chance for both here in the opening minutes. Good ball to the other side by Argueta. Strong leg. And the Switchbacks able to push it up. King at that forward spot, and Phillips able to body the ball. Try to knife it through, and Lorendi will play it for OKC. So this season, the USL, a few changes to the league this year, 32 games. Of course, there's 15 teams now in the Western Conference. Reno, the newest addition, as Jackson sends it out here on the near side, OKC ball. But 32 games, so one more home game this season for the fans here in Colorado Springs. Pressing there's James Malcolm now, and Oklahoma City quickly looking to drive it deep into the Switchbacks in at Colorado Springs. And you can see as King up top and Steve Tritchu mixing up the lineup here today versus last week against Tulsa.
Aaron King's been very impressive in practice with the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. So as you said, just a change there, give Aaron King some minutes there to lead the line here for the Switchbacks FC. I've been impressed with Masta Kasher so far down the left-hand side. He's been able to find himself in a little bit of space. Just hasn't been able to get the support so far in this game, but you could see Masta Kasher on the left-hand side, left wing for the Colorado Springs, get some freedom as this game ticks on.
Kasher closes in, and then Phillips lets it roll through to his keeper, Dan Jackson. So Jackson, Luthi and company replacing David Agoric, a second-team All-USL keeper a season ago. A big part of the Switchback success. He is now in St. Louis, so it's been by committee, and Steve Tritchu still looking for that guy to emerge as the guy to really shoulder the load in goal this season.
And you can see head coach Steve Tritchu there on the sideline frantically waving his players forward. He wants the intensity, he wants these passes to go into feet just a little bit quicker here for the Switchbacks FC.
Here's Kasher up ahead. King in stride, and that ball a little too heavy on the touch. Kim closes in, and now perhaps a counter for OKC. This is a patient team roll, and they really do not like to press, at least early on. They have not shown the ability to do so.
And you can see just how comfortable in the opening stages Oklahoma City Energy FC are on the ball. They're comfortable playing out of the back. They're not looking long too early, but that gives the Switchbacks enough time to organize defensively behind the ball, get their midfield and defensive line set, as we see Josh Phillips coming across here for one of his trademark challenges. Well done there from Josh Phillips from his center back position.
Philip Rasmussen, the midfielder there for OKC. Fans, don't forget the USL is now on Sirius XM Radio. Check it out on channel 85, Mondays at 9 Eastern, only on Sirius XM Radio. That ball sent out of the 18, and now OKC from behind, play by King, chipped up near side. Here's Malcolm in the open space, and that's going to go Switchbacks' way. You can see the burst out of number 23 quickly now, Jordan Burt, and he'll throw it on Argueta near side.
It's a good challenge there coming across by Anthony Wallace there. Shane Malcolm could have been in.
Argueta at that midfield spot drops it back, and Ibusi. You can see, Roland, the more minutes that this unit has together, the more cohesiveness we will see.
They need that time to gel. Switchbacks had a very good preseason touring across the state of Colorado, playing a lot of local club teams and colleges here in the state of Colorado. And when we talked to head coach Steve Tritchie of the Switchbacks, he just wished that there was a little bit more intensity of that in that preseason. Wished that some of his opponents were more of that USL level, but as we start to see the Switchbacks get into this regular season, I think you're going to start to see some of these partnerships across the field for the Switchbacks FC start to gel, get a little bit more cohesiveness.
Midfield is Taeson Kim back up off the pitch. Quickly now Suggs. Suggs, of course, a captain with Orange County 2 seasons ago. One of the top defenders, and certainly he showed the ability to score as well, along with sharing the ball as James works it near the end line for the Switchbacks.
Another corner kick for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Second Budweiser corner kick of the day, as you see the snow starting to pick up a little bit here in Colorado Springs. It's not sticking to the field. Don't think it will for the rest of the evening. It's actually warmed up a little bit during the day, but you can see the snow really starting to pelt in the face of Switchbacks goalkeeper Dan Jackson.
So Chris James in the corner, the Budweiser corner kick. Looking to break a 0-0 score here, 13th minute. Third corner kick of the half here for the Switchbacks.
Have to watch out here for people like Josh Phillips, Jordan Burt, both very good players in the air here coming in back post.
James delivers the strike. Ben in backside of Boosie, and he, in a physical play, is going to retreat out of the 18, and we still have an Oklahoma City player down on the pitch.
You can see there, good ball in. Ibuasi going for it. Defender got there first. Referee right on top to make the call. Looks like the player's going to be okay.
So Lorendi plays it out, a goal here for Oklahoma City. Fans, don't forget to follow the Switchbacks FC on Twitter for all the latest club news, updates, and happenings. That's the Twitter handle at Switchbacks FC.
Good win.
And a Switchbacks quickly is King up in front. Lorendi misses. King trying to set it up, and boy, a near miss there, and Aaron King still slow to get up.
I just want to salute there the honest play there of Aaron King. Aaron King easily could have taken a touch here. You can see the goalkeeper coming out, easily could have gone down there for a penalty. Aaron King stood on his feet like a true professional does, tried to play that cross in. That's great professionalism there by Aaron King, as you see there. The Oklahoma City Energy FC bench just a little bit worried, one of their players down here.
And Coach Jimmy Nelson looking on, and you can see there.
I believe it might have happened off the ball, but I just want to congratulate Aaron King there once again. It was a great run to get himself in. Brilliant pass there from Masta Kasher to set in Aaron King. Aaron King rounded the goalkeeper well. Lorendi did what he had to do. Aaron King stayed on his feet like a true professional there. Tried to play that ball in. That's good play. Like to see that.
Well, the veteran has hung in there, and he is rewarded with the start here
And game number 2 of the season as the Switchbacks try to get on the board of the win column for the first time here in 2017. Both these teams looking for that first win coming into game number 2. On the near side, Anthony Wallace brings it up here for OKC. Miguel Gonzalez.
You can see the Switchbacks' organization there. Kim right next to Ronnie Argueta. Argueta marshaling his midfield around with every move. Very vocal player, Ronnie Argueta, the undisputed captain of this team here in the 2017 season as we see him here on the ball.
Quickly, Argueta now peels off to the left side, and Cashier and company working near midfield.
There are a lot of players across the USL who get a ton of headlines and a ton more headlines than Ronnie Argueta, but for me, I'm not sure there's a more valuable or better player in the USL, excuse me very much, than Ronnie Argueta. Fantastic midfielder for the Switchbacks FC. Great honor for him to have the captain's armband this year. As we see there, Josh Phillips being called for the foul. But Ronnie Argueta really has impressed toward last season and also at the beginning of this season. We see Josh Phillips went up there, first time won that ball. Player tripped across his leg there. Unfortunate there for Josh Phillips. He was just going for the ball, but referee right on top of it. So Switchbacks now have to regroup, defend this set piece.
That's Danny Kudig, number 9 for OKC. And 2 seasons ago, he was a first-team All-USL player, scored 21 goals. His performance dipped a bit last year, but he certainly is a guy to keep an eye on, a guy who can certainly make it happen up top for Jimmy Nielsen's team.
Especially in the air. Oklahoma City Energy, very dangerous in the air. So these are the kind of positions right here the Switchbacks FC must be mentally focused on throughout this whole game. A lot of size with the Oklahoma City Energy FC in that Switchbacks box.
Kyle Highland on the free kick here for Oklahoma City. 17th minute of play. Highland drives it in with the left foot, backside, and it shoots through. And Jackson had it shaded, trying to go to the far post, and quickly here we come the other way with Jordan Burt. So Jordan Burt is back along with Phillips. Suggs at the back end. We talked about Abusi defensively as Argueta at the midfield drops it back to Phillips. Christian Ibiaga, big shoes to fill for Abusi. So certainly there's still some gelling to be done on that back line for Colorado Springs.
And I think these early games in this regular season, you just can't match this regular season intensity during the preseason. I really don't care who you play. Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC could have brought in Brazil or Manchester United to play here, and they're just not able to match that intensity in the preseason that you get from these regular season games when points are on the line. So to get these players here playing with each other, as you said, Abusi for one next to Josh Phillips, really get that partnership to gel. We're going to start to see that as the regular season games start ticking away.
Switchbacks ball, and you could see how that ball kind of bounced forward, deflected forward off the pitch. And tell you what, with the amount of snow and moisture that we received here over the last few hours in Colorado Springs, this field looks in fantastic shape.
It does. It's going to be very difficult for the goalkeepers here today. Handling is going to have to be key for both goalkeepers. Nasty conditions, heavy surface, very wet out there.
So Highland will drop it off. Anthony Wallace here on the throw-in. 19th minute of play, still no score. Wallace throws it forward to Abusi. And that's going to be switchback ball. Now you can see the length. Pascal Abusi. Here's Malcolm now. In the open field, he is so dangerous. Sets it up, left side. Here we go. Switchbacks, an opportunity. Near the 18, fires a shot to goal! Cashier!
Master Cashier, sorry to cut you off there, Josh. What a goal that is. He put the curl on it, and he got the height on it, looped it perfectly over Cody Lorendi. What a goal there from Master Cashier. Beautifully set up, as you said, by Shane Malcolm, drawing the defense, playing it out to Cashier. What a goal with his right foot to the far corner. Fantastic strike, Master Cashier.
You gotta love the changes this season. Malcolm to Cashier from way out.
Takes a little cut inside, ball takes a bit of a bobble. He sees Cody Lorendi off his line, goes for that far corner, and boy does he make it. Brilliant goal there from Master Cashier. 1-0 Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, 20 minutes in, Widener Field, Colorado Springs.
Master Cashier gets the first goal at Widener Field in 2017 in a 1-0 lead for the Switchbacks, and a shot into the snowbank on the far end. Fans, that goal sponsored by the 365 Grand Club, and Masta Cashier coming up grand on that goal. A beauty and a 1-0 lead. Well, we talked about those changes in effect here early on, the speed of Malkin and then the precision with that shot by Cashier.
We're only in week 2 of the regular season, but that's definitely going to be one of the goals so far of this season. Fantastic play there from Cashier, set up by Malcolm, as you said. Switchbacks honestly really needed that first goal here at Widener Field to give them some confidence, to take the nerves off here for their home opener in 2017. So for the Switchbacks to get on the board early gives them a little bit of an extra boost. You can see the pep in the step of some of the Switchbacks players now as they're closing down defensively. Vital for the Switchbacks to get that first goal here in Colorado Springs today.
And keep in mind, they're doing this against a keeper who's one of the best in the USL. Cody Lorendi had 12 shutouts a season ago, but this year off to a tough start. Gave up 3 last week against Swope Park, the defending Western Conference champs, and here gives up a goal in the 19th minute to Masta Cashier. And here's Aaron King, bodies it, plays it back to running Argueta.
Look at the confidence what the Switchbacks are playing with. Look how much further forward. Josh Suggs down the left-hand side. Jordan Burt, they're both pushing far forward now. You can see just that one goal has given a huge boost to the Switchbacks players.
And let's talk about the home field advantage, trying to reestablish that. It's not like they were terrible at home last year, but 15, they were dominant. Here you're playing at 6,500 plus feet on a snowy night, and a team that traveled a time zone away, you get up 1-0. That's huge.
Absolutely massive for the Switchbacks FC, but you can see already they're not going into a defensive mode. They're continuing to press Oklahoma City high up the field and cause the errors, as we just saw there with that ball that's going to go all the way through there to Dan Jackson. But the Switchbacks are going to continue to press, look for that second goal. One would imagine that goal could potentially put the Oklahoma City Energy FC away, were that goal to come before the half.
Now we'll see if they can learn from last week against Tulsa. They had a 1-0 lead, and then the Roughnecks went off, and certainly some defensive breakdowns in that one, causing that landslide in a 4-1 victory for the Roughnecks. So Dan Jackson drives it out with the right foot across the midfield stripe, and now played up here by OKC. Good challenge here by Taeson Kim. Excellent work at the midfield by that unit for Steve Tritchew.
Good pressing there from the Switchbacks. Very impressive.
You got James and now King closing in, and Lorendi sends it out with the left foot high in the air. Pinballs off Jordan Burt and Argueta and company. And this is a Switchback team. You can see the confidence just oozing now. Trying to connect with Cashier on that far side, and OKC will control.
You can see Cashier there applauding the idea. It was a great idea to spread that ball out there. Switchbacks using their width so far, especially down that left side. Josh Suggs from his fullback position supporting Masta Cashier as much as he can.
Fans, don't forget all kinds of ways to follow the Switchbacks on social media. Facebook, one of those ways. Make sure you like the Switchbacks FC on Facebook today. Taeson Kim looking for Cashier, running down that far side. 1 goal already for Cashier. Little dip of the shoulder, drops it back to James.
Look what that goal has done. Look how far forward now, and look at the way the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC are pressing the issue against the Oklahoma City Energy.
Cashier, good run. Not able to keep it in play here in the 24th minute. Josh Suggs.
Fantastic player, Josh Suggs. Just want to give a shout out to his father, Wayne Suggs. He was here for some of the preseason. He was recovering from back surgery. He was on his way home to New Mexico after the game to watch his beloved son, Josh Suggs. So, Wayne, I got to meet you. It was an honor to meet you, sir, and I hope you're recovering well and watching your son and enjoying it from the comfort of your home in New Mexico, and it's not snowing down there as it is up here.
Josh Suggs, what a piece, what a key addition he has been to this Switchbacks franchise. Of course, came over a season ago from OC, the Blues, was a captain and certainly settled in, embraced his role, became one of the top defenders on the Switchbacks unit, and also the ability to score in a season which they needed goal scoring in a bad way. He provided a spark for the Switchbacks team, and here he is in 17, his team up 1-0 in their home opener.
Both of the fullbacks for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC that we see starting here today, Josh Suggs, Jordan Burt, had fantastic seasons last year. They both like to get forward, we know that, and they've both been key to the Switchbacks' success.
There's Phillips on the back end, and Abusi over to help. OKC ball here. And the Switchbacks in 26 minutes of play. In case you just joined us, Master Cashier netted one from way out in the 19th minute to put the Switchbacks up a goal. So throwing far side here by OKC. Phillips challenges. And the 18 still loose. Shot and a goal. Trouble, and Alex Dixon buries it with the right foot. We're even at one here in the 26th minute of play.
Well, talk about a fortuitous bounce. That ball landed right at the feet of Alex Dixon, and he couldn't make any mistake but to finish that one off there. Unlucky there for the Switchbacks. Long throw, flicked on here. Looked like the danger could have been cleared with how high that was. Look at Miguel Gonzalez getting up there. And then, as you said, Alex Dixon coming in, smashing it home with the inside of his right foot. Nothing Dan Jackson could do. Point blank finish there by Alex Dixon. 1-1 here at Colorado Springs. Fine finish there. Kept the ball down. Kept his composure there. Basically just passed that one into the back of the net.
So the lead has been erased for Colorado Springs. Malkin and company trying to get that momentum back here. James taps back to Malcolm. Outside part of the foot. Spinning was King. Couldn't get there in time. And switchback ball. Here's Bird on the throw-in. Casey James. Chris James, rather. Tayson Kim. Some new faces in this lineup this season, a particular Cashier, James, Malcolm, and of course Abusi on a back end defensively for Colorado Springs. There's Kim at midfield. Argueta controls, taps forward. Here we go. Malcolm, two defenders around him, and that's a win for OKC on the counter.
Danger here for the Switchbacks.
A run here for the Energy FC. The cross shot, diving save. Dan Jackson, another cross. And finally the Switchbacks able to clear it out.
That's a
tremendous sequence.
As you said, what a save there from Dan Jackson. No regard for his personal safety there, throwing himself across here. You see this ball fizzed across, gets past Josh Phillips. Ball coming in on the far side. Dan Jackson, world-class save there on the far side. Second effort there to keep that ball out. Ball just goes across the line for a goal kick. That's a brilliant save from Dan Jackson. Just what the goalkeeper needed here on his first start to get some confidence. That is a fantastic save.
Well, it could have been easily 2-1 at that point, but Dan Jackson lays out and keeps this a 1-1 contest. What a play by the local product.
And he'll need that confidence just after giving up that goal. As we said, nothing he could do about giving up that strike for the Oklahoma City Energy FC as he comes out here to get the ball off of Josh Phillips. But that's a brilliant save there. It's going to give him a lot of confidence there as we see Dan Jackson as the snow comes down here, Widener Field in Colorado Springs.
So Dan Jackson, the play of the game so far, in goal for Colorado Springs. Top of the 18, drives it out with the right foot over the head of Aaron King. Here's Argueta at midfield. Bumps it forward. King goes down, and we play on. No call. Chipped up. And help at the backside by Phillips. And a good run out there as he leaves it for Dan Jackson. Well, the Switchbacks are on the road for 2 straight. They're back at home here April the 15th, where they take on the Real Monarchs of Salt Lake City. Here's Tayson Kim. Argueta drops it forward. James now plays it down the far side.
Just offside there. Official here on the near side. Just straight offside. I was just about to say to you, Josh, we're almost 30 minutes into this game, the first home game here at Widener Field in Colorado Springs. We've seen one of the goals of the season, and surely one of the saves of the season already in the first half an hour.
Well, it's all about time together and building that chemistry, and you can see it grow here in game number 2 of the season. It was a tough outing over in Tulsa in week number 1, but certainly they have regained their poise. Got off to a good start with that first goal by Master Cashier and a tremendous save by Dan Jackson after Oklahoma City evened it up in the 26th minute on a goal from Alex Dixon. Lorendi playing it forward now to Cody Andrews. Ricocheted off of Malcolm. And OKC the throw in with Wallace. You got Wallace, Andrews here at the back end. A lot of patience shown here by the Energy. rolling pressure up top here. A little bit put on by the Switchbacks.
I think the Switchbacks are comfortable just to let the Oklahoma City Energy get close to their own half before they really start to turn the screws on the pressure, as we see here. Try to force that ball along. Easy win there, Dan Jackson.
Jackson quickly on the throw out to Ronnie Argueta. Plays it up. It'll get through. Tap back King. Good hips. Shot. And right into the arms of Cody Lorendi, but it was a good switch there by King to get off the shot.
It was a good move there from Aaron King just to change the direction of his body. Snapshot there, well saved there, well held there in these conditions by Cody Lorendi. But a good shot there from Aaron King.
So OKC
Let their strikers in.
There's Phillips closing in. Suggs now helps him out, drives it up with the left foot, and that's going to go through to Cody Lorendi.
Aaron King just becoming a little bit isolated there as the lone striker for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Just needs a little bit more support from that three-man attacking midfield there behind him.
Cashier at midfield defending. You got James King also there at the midfield spot. Kim looking to shade up. They'll drive it over to the near side. Up to play it. Andrews across midfield. Try to get it to Miguel Gonzalez. He'll dance forward. Gonzalez has really been contained well here in this first half by Colorado Springs. Now they get into the 18. Here's Abusi battling defensively. And Abusi with the win.
Great strength there by Pascal Abusi. Referee gives him the foul there. Was able to win that ball, get himself ball side of that. See Danny Koenig there just pulling him back there. Good strength there by Pascal Abusi. You can see him here. Good strength just to go around the player, win that ball. Referee right on top of it, gives the foul for the Switchbacks FC.
Keep in mind the guy that Abusi's replacing, Christian Ibiaga, a big, strong, lanky, physical player. Certainly Abusi has the length, perhaps not the physicality, but certainly more than physical enough on that play to win the ball. And certainly it's going to be a development type of growth for Abusi here on the defensive end this year.
It is. He just needs to work on that partnership with Josh Phillips there in the center of defense. Ronnie Argueta, perfect player to have in front of those two players there, marshaling that defense and offering his support, dropping back. But as you said, that's one of the partnerships in 2017 that's going to have to take shape as the Colorado Springs get through their season and try to become successful here in 2017.
Burt now chips it up, try to squeeze it forward to King. It'll be Jordan Burt on the throw in here on the near side. So Switchbacks pushing up. Burt steps forward, throwing it down to the vicinity of Malcolm. Gets through. King gives chase, and OKC going to drive it low on the ground, and they'll send it right to Josh Phillips. Argueta pressing. There's Suggs defending, chasing from behind now, and Switchbacks will have the ball here in the 35th minute of play. But a well-played first half to this point.
Can't remember too many fouls. Referee has done a good job staying on top of this game. We've had two good goals. Fantastic strike, obviously, Master Cashier. Some great goalkeeping, Dan Jackson. It's been a very good opening 35 minutes here at Colorado Springs.
So the Switchbacks getting a goal from Cashier in the 19th minute. Alex Dixon, some 7 minutes later, answered for the Energy. Wallace up to Miguel Gonzalez.
You can see just how far deep into his own half Miguel Gonzalez is having to drop for the ball. That's exactly what the Switchbacks are going to want to try to keep his offensive firepower as close to his goalkeeper as possible, not let them attack their defenders one-on-one.
A possessing team in Oklahoma City. A lot of patience shown here, and they're touches here in the opening half. They play it up with the left foot, driving it forward. Burt gets back and will deflect it back to Dan Jackson. Obusi to Kim. Taeson Kim in the starting lineup for the first time this season. Certainly played significant minutes a season ago. Burt to Obusi. Hangs up in the air. King closes in at 50-50, and that's going OKC's way.
Good challenge there by Aaron King. Unlucky not to win that one, but you can see the physical play here. Both players fully committed for the ball here. Crunching challenge here.
But the switchbacks in. The cross, and not going to get there through the end line. You can see how that defense really tightens up on that far side with Phillips and Suggs.
It's good tracking back there also by the left winger there, Masta Kasher, the goal scorer, doing his defensive duties there, tracking back and assisting Josh Suggs on the left-hand side.
Now the snow continues to lightly fall here. Some 36 and change into this opening half. Mention the Switchbacks, their home opener, and then they're on the road for 2 straight down to the Lone Star State at San Antonio and Rio Grande Valley. Boy, 2 soccer-rich communities there in San Antonio and Rio Grande. On the flip back, Phillips able to body it up.
A lot of space for the Switchbacks on the right-hand side if they're able to work the ball over to Jordan Burt. Ton of space out there. Argueta chooses to go the other way. The Switchbacks have had a lot of success going down the left-hand side. Josh Suggs, Masta Kasher combining well during this game so far.
James throws it back to Phillips on the near side. Here's Obusi. Plays it up. Malcolm now. Controls it with the left foot. Back to Burt. Burt sends it in. Far post.
It's unlucky there for Jordan Burt. He was just trying to wrap his right foot around that one. Just caught a little bit too much of the ball. Sent it over the crossbar, excuse me. But Aaron King trying to get himself open there. Just unlucky there for Jordan Burt. We know how dangerous he can be down the right-hand side.
1-1. 38th minute of play. Argueta and company able to win that ball. Argueta now to Taesong. Near side, here's Burt. He's got room. Malcolm up ahead. And look at the speed by Malcolm. Unbelievable. Gets by 2 defenders and then bumped down, and a win for OKC. The only way they're going to win that is physicality.
It was a perfectly weighted pass there into his feet there from Jordan Burt. Nice move down the Switchbacks right-hand side there. Just unlucky to be able to get across into the box.
Roland, we've seen a lot of speed on this team over the last 2 years. Syed Robinson in particular, a guy who moved on to Carolina. But Malcolm, he's as fast, I think, quick as we have ever seen here in Colorado Springs.
He is, especially with that first touch, that explosive first step that he has going off the ball. It's fantastic, fantastically physical player.
Hey, James, good effort up top, and a whistle.
Well, you can see here Philip Rasmussen is claiming that there were some hands to the face there from James, but I'm not sure there was there at live time. I'm sure we'll get a replay there, but Rasmussen there just lying on the ground. Referee's coming across here. You can see the ball was worked out. Was cleared well by the Switchbacks FC initially here. James wins the ball. He's going away. Yeah, Rasmussen there just hits the turf. Referee just going to have a talk to everybody here. No cards, no nothing. Referee just coming across to talk to the young Dane.
The Trailheads are here. Ziggy in the house. Fans, don't forget you can follow the Switchbacks on Instagram. Check them out. Another one of these social media platforms to follow the Switchbacks here in 2017. Jackson, good drive of the right foot to midfield. Suggs plays it down, and you can see again that footing. It's tough.
It's held up pretty well, though, considering all the moisture that we've had laid down on this field in the first half. The field has held up okay, but as you said, some of the players are starting to lose the footing. You see Jordan Burt, a lot of space right-hand side.
Gets it low, tap back with a heel by King, and sliding in was Chris James unable to finish.
The perfect cross there from Jordan Burt. Deliciously waits that ball right across the 6-yard box. 2 Switchbacks players, Aaron King, the first of which trying to attack that. This is a perfect ball right in front of the goalkeeper, daring the goalkeeper to come out. Desperately unlucky there as you see Chris James coming in around the backhand side, but that's a perfect cross from Jordan Burt from his right wing, from his right back spot.
Switchbacks opportunities here in the opening half. They've cashed in on one. It was Cashier. And the 19th minute to put them up 1-0 since OKC has answered. And now at midfield, as you see, Miguel Gonzalez
good
retreating back for OKC.
Good refereeing there, referee right on top of it. Kim took the touch. Miguel Gonzalez just dragging back. Referee just giving the restart for the Switchbacks FC.
James. There's King battling for position in the corner of the 18. James able to pick it up. Burt comes over. Gonzalez controls. Slow to get up is Jordan Burt. We play on. OKC works it down the far side. 42nd minute of play.
It's a nasty collision that Jordan Burt took there. Looks like it could have been his ankle or something. He's just trying to run it off there. It was a nasty hit there. As you see here, Jordan Burt coming in. He's just wincing there. Hopefully he's going to be able to run that one off. These cold conditions obviously don't help with those kind of tackles.
Swept up, played off the right foot of Covarrubias, name we haven't called much here in the opening half. It's Covarrubias now, tap forward. Boy, that's good defense by Argueta.
Swarming, as you said, Switchback staying goal side, swarming defense there, pressuring the Oklahoma City Energy FC high up into their half. Good defense from the Switchbacks, good team defense.
Ticking towards the 43rd minute of play. Dan Jackson to midfield. There's King, 50-50. Big collision again.
Was there, you can see Mickey Daly just staying down there. Aaron King got up well for that ball. Could have been a bit of a head-to-head. Don't see any blood there. Hope Daly's going to be all right, but it was a big collision there with Aaron King there coming across trying to win that ball, as we see here. Kingy goes up. Yeah, just could have been on the fall there, actually. See the trailheads there supporting the Switchbacks in the snow. See the snow coming down here in Colorado Springs as it has been all day.
Abusi, what work defensively.
It's a good win there. Miguel Gonzalez, we know how tricky he is with his feet, especially in those kind of positions. That was a good win there from Miguel Gonzalez as the referee's just going to blow this one up. Going to come across here, talk to Miguel Gonzalez, calm him down, give Switchbacks FC a free kick.
Tell you what, I love the bounce back of Abusi here in game number 2 of the season. He has really settled in.
He has. He struggled at times in the first game, but he's done fantastically here today, Pascal Abusi.
Fans, don't forget, TikTok Shop. Check them out. One of the sponsors here of Switchbacks FC. It's TikTok Shop. Quickly, in the closing minutes here of the opening half, we'll go back to Oklahoma City. 44th minute of play. Josh Suggs pushing back here for Colorado Springs.
You can see the confidence the Switchbacks FC have in their defensive unit there, just leaving Josh Phillips, Ronnie Argueta, and Pascal Abusi there back. Just that three-man defensive line in their own half. Very strong defensive play here so far from the Switchbacks FC. Obviously, they'll be disappointed to give up that goal. We know what a fine save that was from Dan Jackson, but overall, it's been a swarming performance by the Switchbacks FC. They've led from the front. Aaron King, Chris James, Shane Malcolm, all have been closing down their counterparts here for Oklahoma City Energy FC. So it's been a good defensive performance despite the goal here in the first half, I believe.
Out wide for OKC, and Phillips now able to throw it out.
Won the free kick there, Josh Phillips. He was just pulled back there, as you see head coach Steve Trichu in the snow. Nice pass there from head coach Steve Trichu.
Phillips on a free kick for Colorado Springs. Extra time. We'll find out just how much here at the end of this opening half. Kim closes. And a good win by Taesong Kim. Switchback ball here. So 1 minute of extra time. James, now Miguel Gonzalez plays it up. Here we go for OKC. He's got a man down the right side, a ton of speed. And the long cross punched out of there by Dan Jackson. Well positioned by Jackson, who's making his first start of the 17th season. Here's James now. Still plenty of time. So 30 seconds left in stoppage time here at the end of one. Burt, he's got room. Here comes Jordan. Throws it in the 18. Malcolm, and too heavy off that left foot.
Really like what I've seen from Jordan Burt in the first half of the Switchbacks FC, constantly getting forward down the right-hand side, put a couple of great balls into the box so far. Jordan Burt, been one of the most dangerous offensive players from his right-back position here in the first half.
Now that looks like it's going to do it for the opening half of play. What a half it's been. These two teams exchanging goals. Well played. Game number 2 of the season for both the Switchbacks and the Energy FC. 45 minutes in the books and 1 half to go. Well, what a game. 1-1 our score. They head to the locker room. We head to a break. We'll be back with the halftime show after this. All even at 1 in Colorado Springs.
Xterra Adventures is an award-winning national series covering thrills, activities, and events from the Hawaiian Islands and other top vacation destinations. Filmed and produced in stunning high definition, this 8-show series explores the hottest and most exciting adventures to take part in on your next vacation. Get your fill of adventure right here on CET.
I'm Chris Canarum, and this is my wife,
Alexa Canarum.
We train here in Olympic City, USA.
And we love it here.
My name's Veronica Day, and I'm a national team member of Team USA Skeleton. And I love training in Colorado Springs, Olympic City, USA. Go USA!
Widener the field, the site on a snowy April 1st Saturday afternoon. The Switchbacks and the Energy FC of Colorado Springs all even at 1 apiece. Back here in the booth, Josh Howe, Roland Vargas, and Roland. Well played first half by both teams. We talked about the new additions for Colorado Springs, and Masta Cashier making an impact early on, gets that big goal in the 19th minute.
Very impressed with Masta Cashier, and what a goal, as we said. Beautiful, beautiful finish. Shane Malcolm, another newcomer to the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, helping to set up that goal. It was good play there for the Switchbacks, and vital for them to get that first goal on the board here at Widener Field in 2017.
OKC would answer back. Dixon gets a big goal to even it at 1. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first 45 minutes of play, and this one pretty even in terms of the numbers and the way it played out.
You can see there Oklahoma City Energy just edging the shots there. Of course, Dan Jackson with that fabulous save there. Yellow cards, red cards, obviously 0-0. It's been a well officiated, well played, very clean game here at Widener Field so far.
Yeah, go back to Dan Jackson. the save. How big was that after Oklahoma City answered to tie it up at 1? We saw what happened last week against Tulsa. The Switchbacks FC went up 1-0. They gave up 4 unanswered. You thought, here we go again. But he stood firm in goal. Big save to keep it tied going to the break.
I think it was not just big for the confidence of the Switchbacks FC, but also for the confidence of Dan Jackson. As you said, he had just given up that goal, but there wasn't anything that Dan Jackson could do on that goal. That was a point-blank finish from the edge of the 6-yard box, but to come back that quickly and to make that brave of a save gave the Switchbacks a real boost, and you could see really increased the energy of the Switchbacks. They were closing down to end that first half, and I think they ended that first half very well.
Offensively, they've looked good at times here. Talked about the impact of Shane Malcolm, of course, Aaron King, the veteran forward out of Denver, getting the start up top. But offensively, they've had their moments.
They have, especially Jordan Burt down the right-hand side. Josh Suggs also down the left from those fullback positions have been pushing forward. Jordan Burt has been very impressive down the right-hand side. He's played a couple of great balls in. As you said, Aaron King, he's done well. We saw the physical play from Aaron King there, really putting the Oklahoma City Energy FC defenders under some pressure. It's been a good offensive performance for the Switchbacks FC so far. Obviously, they want more goals. Those things will come, especially with time and especially playing here at Widener Field when the conditions start to get a little bit better.
And on the flip side, when the Switchbacks are on defense, OKC's offense haven't had a ton of opportunities, but boy, they've had some real chances here in that first half.
They have, but the Switchbacks FC defense has been good. Ronnie Argueta there in the center of the midfield, really doing his job well. You see that partnership with Ibuasi and Phillips really starting to gel, starting to get a little bit better. It's only game 2, and if this partnership between Phillips and Ibuasi continues to grow like this through the second game, we're going to see a great Switchbacks FC defensive performance here in 2017 as a whole.
And at the midfield, you got to like the return of Ronnie Argueta. They haven't missed a beat. He's in control. They're playing it well in terms of between the 18s.
He has Ronnie Argueta, one of my favorite players. I think we all know that. I think he's one of the best players in the entire USL. He does all those unsung, unwritten things. He recycles the ball. He wins the ball back well. He's a fantastic player, and he's a fantastic leader for the Switchbacks FC team. And I think that's why he's got the armband.
He's their quarterback and certainly has him off to a great start here. A goal. We're even at 1 apiece. We'll step aside. Back with more after this. All even here at a Widener Field.
We've raised the stakes. Expectations are high. Our biggest season yet will break records with elite players and future stars, innovative technology, and new homes. We're growing the game in our communities and across the nation. Are you ready?
As we enter week 2 of the USL season, let's take a look back at 2017's opening weekend. The Kings Cup started us off where St. Louis took on a new look under the helm of Preki and with only one returning starter. The game ended up 0-0 as Louisville FC couldn't take advantage of their 16 corner kicks. Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 controlled most of the game's possession, but with their high-pressure Galaxy 2 were able to take advantage of a Vancouver own goal and slipped away another to come away with a 2-0 win. 6 goals, 5 yellow cards, 2 PKs, New York Red Bulls 2 and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds played to a 3-3 draw as Corey Hertzog impressed with 2 goals, including the Riverhounds' opening brace of the 2017 season. A record crowd of 8,021 in Richmond watched their home team defeat the Harrisburg Islanders 1-0. Goalkeeper Travis Warwick kept his team in the game, denying a Harrisburg PK in the 13th minute, and the kickers responded with Connor Chinoski's dominant set-piece goal in the 51st minute. The 25th home opener for the Charleston Battery ended with a 2-1 win for the club over FC Cincinnati, thanks to midfielder Justin Portillo, who notched an assist in the opening win along with the go-ahead goal. The Tampa Bay Rowdies opened their inaugural USL slate against a familiar foe, Orlando City B. In front of a large sellout crowd, they set a new attendance record. George Ristoff, the club's all-time leader in goals, slipped a PK right up the middle in the 57th minute in order to seal the win for the Rowdies. 3 seasons, 3 opening day wins for the Tulsa Roughnecks as they routed the Colorado Switchbacks 4-1. Colorado got on the board first in the 17th minute thanks to Shane Malcolm, but Tulsa responded with 4 unanswered goals to take the 4-1 win. Duke LaCroix and Carlos Alvarez connected twice to lead Orange County SC with 2 goals and 2 assists apiece to spoil Reno 1868's opening game as a member of the USL. Coming off a 2016 trip to the USL Cup Finals, the Swope Park Rangers found themselves behind Oklahoma City Energy FC in the 24th minute, but responded with 3 unanswered goals to win 3-1 in their home opener. 6,890 fans were in attendance to see the inaugural game at Phoenix Rising Soccer Complex, but Jay Chapman set up Ben Spencer in the 8th minute as he tucked away the lone goal of the game to give Toronto FC2 the win. The Real Monarchs opened their season with a 2-1 win over Portland Timbers 2, taking advantage of corner kicks by netting both goals off Charlie Adams' set pieces. An early goal for Seattle Sounders FC2 in the 5th minute wasn't enough for the home team to hold on, as Sacramento Republic FC responded with 2 second-half goals to get the 2-1 win on the road. HEB Park was the shining moment for RGV, as too little too late was a storyline for the Toros, who found their momentum late in the second half but fell 1-0 to San Antonio FC. Billy Forbes notched the game winner in the 15th minute, giving San Antonio their first win in the South Texas Derby. And that's your look around the league. For USL Network, I'm Morgan Conklin.
The 2017 Rocky Mountain State Games. Registration is now open. Competition starts July 21st. More than 40 sports, all ages, all skill levels. The 16th annual Rocky Mountain State Games, Colorado's largest sports festival. Register now at RockyMountainStateGames.org. Do you have what it takes to compete?
Lets it go! He got it!
Hi, I'm Mayor John Southers, and I want to invite you to the 6th Annual Mayor's Cup Golf Tournament. The event is June 8th at the beautiful Broadmoor Golf Club. Money raised goes towards the Spirit of the Springs initiatives, giving college scholarships to local students and helping young golfers learn life lessons in the First Tee of Pikes Peak program. Visit mayorsothers.com to register and find out about our sponsorship levels. I hope to see you at the Mayor's Cup.
Bring your popcorn and grab a drink for Big Movie Mouth Off, hosted by Jimmy Martin. See video on demand, reviews, and the latest films and trailers. It's all right here on CET.
At the half, Widener Field, the Switchbacks FC, Energy FC of OKC tied up at 1 goal apiece. Back here in the booth, Josh Howard, Roland Vargas. A chilly day, a snowy day, but the field certainly no excuses there. It's held up well. We've seen a great 45 minutes of play out of both sides.
We have back and forth soccer, clean soccer game, 2 goals. Great save for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. We've seen some good offensive play, some good defensive play, and a really good tactical battle play out here in the first half at Widener Field.
Well, let's go to the highlights from that first 45 minutes of play. The Switchbacks, of course, they got on the board first, and here's a look how it all unfolded. And you can see their physical play in the back end by Abusi.
You see Danny Koenig there winning the ball, crossing that one over. Played just wide there. Dan Jackson coming out, closing the angle. Rasmussen there with his chance. See here, Shane Malcolm, fantastic work, as you called it live in the first half there, to get that ball in. Master Cashier just starting to show his influence there, coming around the back post. You can see how unlucky he was not to get on the end of that one, but boy, would we see him later in the first half.
Larendi in goal there on the quarter kick. Here's Chris James. What a 3/4 to the first half of the Switchbacks. covered up well. You could see the physical play is on the turf was Andrews.
And here's the first goal for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Shane Malcolm out to Masta Cacher, measures his shot, perfect amount of whip, perfect amount of bend, nasty little celebration there, little dance with the hips. Aaron King comes across, gives the man a big hug. What a goal there, Masta Cacher.
Cacher, the 19th minute, put the Switchbacks up 1-0, and then defensively just trying to lock down, but they get loose here.
Nothing that Dan Jackson and the Switchbacks goal could do about that one there. Ball falling right there to Dixon, right on the edge of the 6-yard box. Blast that one home, 1-1.
And Jackson, he would recover. How about this save?
It's a ridiculous save. It's a world-class save. You can call it whatever you want. That's one of the saves of the season here, and we're only in week 2. Dan Jackson, no regard for his body there. Throws himself, knows he has to go down early there. Reaches back with his left hand to pluck that ball out of the net. Fantastic save there from Dan Jackson. Wonderful save.
So back and forth, Lorendi, Jackson, they have both had an outstanding first 45 minutes of play. And Abusi sends it forward with the right foot. Malcolm back to Burt. And here we go. After one half is in the books, we are ready to go for the second half of play. So, Roland, we'll see how the Switchbacks respond here after that speech in the locker room by head coach Steve Tritch. You bundle up, folks. A cold night, but you love the die-hard, passionate fans here in Colorado Springs, year number 3. This community starting to snowball in terms of the support for the home team.
They have a really good crowd here considering the conditions. I mean, I can't explain to people who weren't here in the Front Range of the Rocky Mountains just what the conditions were like today. I mean, we had whiteout conditions at some point during the afternoon. You and I were speaking, wondering if this game was going to go ahead. We know the Switchbacks worked tirelessly to clear this field, get all the snow off of this field. So just terrible conditions here in the Rocky Mountains earlier today. They've cleared up a little bit, but it's still bitingly cold. But the Switchbacks fans, community from Colorado Springs has come out to support their team once again.
Well, tip your cap to the grounds crew, especially year number 3. What we saw in our first year, this field probably would have been unplayable, but certainly they've done a great job over the last couple of seasons, and the field has held well, and we got a great game here. 45 down, 45 to go. Oklahoma Energy FC to control it to start the second half. That's Danny Koenig at midfield. Energy FC.
I'm really excited for this second half, I got to say, Josh. I think we're going to be seeing some fireworks here in the second half.
These two teams well matched here in game number 2 of the season as Suggs heads it forward to Tayson Kim. Now Phillips, Ibusi on that far side, plays it off the feed from Josh. Low ball to the midfield, perhaps a mishit. Energy FC happy to work it up that far side. Burt defending for Colorado Springs. As King shadows back. Trying to get it across top of the 18. Abusi gets loose. Look out. Trouble in the box. From behind, low blast. And Abusi gets a foot on it. Still not out of harm's way. Quarter of the 18. Little jab step. And Argueta able to push it out momentarily. Well, that was a good defensive stand, and now Switchbacks trying to set up and press forward.
Switchbacks got to push up here. They're under a lot of pressure here to start this second half. It was great defensive covering there from Josh Phillips to bail out Pascal Abusi there right at the beginning of this half, but the Switchbacks still under some pressure here from the Oklahoma City Energy.
OKC runs it to the near side. This is Dixon. Richard Dixon now, top of the 18. Phillips, well played. Here we go. James, he's got some room, plays it up. Malcolm now waits, the ball slow to get there. Shane Malcolm now, back to James. Spins it midfield, he'll play it forward. Tapped up. And again, it's Cacher, had that goal in the 19th minute. Over to Malcolm, one-on-one on the wing. And that's well played defensively. Good win there by OKC, and Switchbacks have to set it up.
Alternating pressure here to start the first half. Switchbacks comfortable in possession here. Well inside the Oklahoma City Energy FC half, but Oklahoma City 2 banks of 4 behind the ball. Very difficult to break down in this kind of position.
Boosie up to James. He's pressed. Win there by Miguel Gonzalez quickly on a counter. Obusi gets back. Boy, he's been sharp tonight defensively.
He has. He had to win that ball there, did Pascal Obusi, but he did. He cut that ball out. Now it's over to Josh Phillips to restart the Switchbacks attack. You see Phillips there a little bit frustrated, the lack of movement in front of him, just asking Ronnie Argueta just to give him a little bit more movement just in front of the central defender there. You can see the frustration there on Josh Phillips. He's just trying to increase the movement there of his offensive players in front of him.
Down Aaron King. Headed up here by Oklahoma City. Cashier closes in. Kim's going to let it go to Josh Phillips. Try to knife it through, and Obusi retreating here for Colorado Springs. Both these teams let leads slip away in week number 1. How does it shake out here? Boy, an 0-2 start would be a tough one, certainly not insurmountable on a 32-game schedule. It would be a blip on the radar, but momentum's big early on.
It is, and as you said, for both of these teams to suffer their first losses last week, then to come here tied 1-1 at the half, you know both teams are going to be looking at this game as a way to get their season jump started here at Widener Field.
Obusi plays it up, nobody home. So Cody Lorendi, 12 shutouts a season ago, giving up a goal here as the snow / rain, sleet continues to fall here at Widener Field. Malcolm is going to back it up across midfield.
These are the kind of situations the Oklahoma City Energy FC can't exploit with their height. But a good win there from Pascal Obusi to set the Switchbacks off on a counterattack.
Here comes James. Cashier on the near side, plays it back to Suggs. Quickly the tap forward to Cashier. Now Phillips will try the far side. You can see how much ground Ronnie Argueta covers in that midfield spot.
He does. Sometimes he's off camera and the folks at home can't see the exact work that Ronnie Argueta does, but his constant looking over his shoulder, making sure he's in exactly the right position in front of Pascal Obusi and Josh Phillips there. Ronnie Argueta, tireless workhorse there in the center of the Switchbacks FC midfield.
Fans, don't forget the USL is now on Sirius XM Radio. Check it out, channel 85, Monday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern only on Sirius XM. Live action here. Sent down at the OKC end. From behind. Gonzalez battling at midfield with James and still down on the ground.
Yellow card's going to be coming out here for Miguel Gonzalez on his return to Widener Field there. He just took a bit of an unnecessary step over the head of Ronnie Argueta. There wasn't anything malicious about it, I don't think. I know Miguel Gonzalez quite well. He's a very fair player. He just tried to take a step over Ronnie Argueta while Argueta was prostrate on the ground here. Caught Argueta on the back of the head. Referee right on top of it here. You can see right there, Miguel Gonzalez just takes that step over Ronnie Argueta, catches him in the back of the head. Referee right on top there. He's going to produce the yellow card, have a little talk to Miguel Gonzalez, calm him down, but certainly nothing malicious there from Miguel Gonzalez. A very fair player.
So the first card we have seen pulled out here this afternoon, and it comes in a 52nd minute of play. James spins. Here's Taeson Kim. Circles back. Argueta now to the near side, and Josh Suggs forward and try to send it through is James on the cross, backside, swatted out of the left hand. Burt put back, and it's wide of the post. Jordan Burt had a chance to put the Switchbacks up by 1.
Unlucky there for Jordan Burt there. They're going to be calling a corner kick there. The ball blocked out. Jordan Burt, you can see how disappointed he is there. The ball fell to his left foot, unfortunately, there for Jordan Burt. He took the ball down well. Dangerous goalkeeping by Lorendi. Ball fell to his left foot. Burt takes the snapshot, and the referee has had a discussion with his linesman in the meantime while we've been watching the replay, and he will give a goal kick. But unlucky there for Jordan Burt. Found himself in a great position. Just tried to take that snapshot with the left foot, rolled it just wide.
And Lorendi made a good play with the left hand, but didn't get a lot on it.
Well, you don't want to see your goalkeeper pushing the ball back out there right in front of his goal. He'd do it much better just to push that one out for a corner kick, but he got lucky there. Jordan Burt unable to keep his shot on target, but it was a great positioning there from the Switchbacks right back to push himself forward and get on the edge of the box there.
Here's Malcolm, the feed from King. Shane Malcolm in the open field. Look at the speed, trying to get the corner. He's going to go through the end line into a snowbank. How about that?
Absolutely disappeared. Couldn't see him there for a second. Went straight into that snowbank there. Fantastic play there. As you said, the speed, brilliant speed there. Go sliding, and we've lost
That's cold.
Yeah.
Forget about an ice bath.
Wow.
Stuck to that left sock. Shane Malcolm. Boy, how fun is he to watch up top?
Well, you can see all he needs is that speed. He can just literally so fast. He can play the ball around a defender, almost pass it to himself, and then run down his own pass. Blistering speed there on the far wing there for the Switchbacks.
And don't forget, you can follow the Switchbacks on Twitter. The Twitter handle @Switchbacks FC. Deflected out.
Great deflection there by Josh Suggs, flying in the face of Rasmussen, who took the shot. That shot looked goal-bound by Dan Jackson's reaction. It was a stinging drive. Josh Suggs comes flying across out of nowhere here to make a great block. That's a wonderful block there by Josh Suggs to put that ball out for a corner kick.
Caught it with a foot. So, a corner kick here for Kyle Highland and the OKC Energy FC.
Referee just going to have a little bit of a talk. It's a bit of an unconventional line here. Oklahoma City Energy FC putting 4 players right in front of Dan Jackson, the Switchbacks FC goalkeeper. I'd be very surprised if the referee didn't blow a whistle here for some sort of pushing, but we shall see.
Highland drives it with the left foot and headed out through the end line.
Switchbacks defended that ball well enough. Dan Jackson on the reset there as we see Shane Malcolm moving forward. What a turn of speed that was on the far side there before he went flying into the snowbank. He's a very dangerous player for the Switchbacks FC and could be one of the players to unlock this OKC Energy defense as he did so well in the first half.
One thing has been clear through the first 54 minutes of play. OKC, they've got nobody that can keep pace with Shane Malcolm, at least stride for stride. Physicality, the key in terms of trying to slow down number 23 if you're the Energy FC.
Good refereeing there. Josh Phillips was fouled. Assistant helped out his referee. Switchbacks just going to restart the ball. Game getting intensity starting to ramp up just a little bit here in the second half. It's been a bit of a scrappy start to the half. You can see the conditions difficult: snow, rain, sleet coming down. Great switch pass there by Ronnie Argueta though for Master Kasher.
Kasher now working one-on-one to the wing, into the 18. Kasher, and knocked away just enough to take him off course. On the counter now. Tap back and just behind the intended target, Danny Koenig.
Great tracking back there from Shane Malcolm from his offensive position. Well done there on the right-hand side. And there's a good win from Jordan Burt, looking to set Aaron King through the middle.
There's Argueta at midfield. Kasher on the near side. He's got room. Master Kasher. Kasher, and again, just tripped up, but Taeson Kim, what a play from behind. They keep it in play. Here's Argueta.
Taeson Kim struggling to shake off that challenge there. I think Taeson Kim is in trouble here, the midfielder for the Switchbacks. He's signaling to the bench he's going to need some assistance. Taeson Kim is injured here for the Switchbacks FC. But we play on here at Widener Field.
Into the 18 for Colorado Springs, and goes out of the far side, and we'll see.
And what a challenge that was by Jordan Burt. Sorry to cut you off there, Josh. You see the trailheads there with the snow lashing down. Taeson Kim just trying to get his feet back under him. This game is getting really stretched here now at Widener Field.
Into the 18 headed through is Ibusi, making the play for Colorado Springs, and back to Taeson Kim. Tough shot here.
Master Kasher there trying to cut in. Kim comes in, wins that ball. Might have been the second challenge there. Maybe the side of his knee got stood on. Not exactly sure there, but he did call for the trainer. Looks like he's just trying to run that one off. You could see Josh Suggs giving him some encouragement there. There he is, Taeson Kim, just reaching down for his ankle. Hopefully he'll be all right.
Argueta now. Snow continues to fall heavily here at Widener Field.
It's picking up here in the second half.
Malcolm. Here to the Energy FC end. James Turch shot. And And played there by Lorendi, but a quick turn, good look, a good blast by Chris James.
It was there, took that first time shot there, just let the ball roll across his body, fired it on goal with his left foot, hoping for a rebound with these kind of conditions here. Going to be very difficult for these goalkeepers with this kind of snow and sleet, and these conditions falling here in Colorado Springs. Real nasty, nasty conditions here at Widener Field.
What a game this has been. What a series this has been throughout the last 2 seasons. Home opener, the first game ever here at Widener Field in 2015. Oklahoma City spoiled the debut of the Switchbacks, and last year Colorado Springs returned the favor in Oklahoma City in their home opener. Shot, and it's far off the post to the right side, but what a blast from way out, Chris James.
When the goalkeeper dives like that, he's very worried. What a stinging drive there from Chris James. That ball was dancing around like a butterfly. Lorendi very worried about that one. You can see him at full stretch there as that ball goes whizzing by the post. And now we're going to see the return of last year's captain for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, Luke Furcoloni, coming in to replace Tae-Song Kim, who was struggling a little bit after that tackle. But Luke Furcoloni, central midfielder, is going to come in, bring a wealth of experience and energy here to the Switchbacks lineup.
Luke Furcoloni, of course, 2 seasons ago in the running for the MVP of the USL, first team all USL selection at 15. And certainly you talk about veteran experience coming off the bench, none better than Luke Furcoloni, the former captain. Up ahead, Ibusi trying to defend, and Argueta there to help out and come up with the takeaway.
Good win there from Argueta, as you said. Ibusi held the ball up well.
And don't forget, Nike is a proud sponsor of the USL. Check them out on Twitter at Nike Soccer. Cashier now. Defender falls down. Cashier in the 18. Cashier boosted in, shot, and it's ricocheted through the end line.
You can see how worried the Oklahoma City Energy FC defenders are there after his first goal. They're so terrified that Master Cashier is going to cut in on his right foot that they're trying to push him left, push him left, push him left. Cashier uses his left foot, tries to go back across the goalkeeper. Well blocked there in the end for a Switchbacks FC corner kick. Great play again there by Master Cashier, the young Algerian, getting forward.
So Wells Fargo corner kick. Chris James to take it. 60th minute, James. Backside, gets through, and Ibusi, he'll run it down.
Good ball, too.
Back in, and a diving play by Cody Lorendi.
Very well held in these conditions. That was a good cross there from a very unfamiliar position for a player like Pascal Ibusi, but a good cross in there from the right wing there. Well held by Cody Lorendi to restart the attack for the Oklahoma City Energy FC. Game becoming ever more stretched here, ever more open. Really offensive soccer here at Widener Field.
Snow continues to fall. It's lightened up a bit, but still, we have seen it consistent for the most part throughout the second half. 61st minute of play. Alex Dixon, he scored the only goal for Oklahoma City, that in the 26th minute to tie it up at 1. And that's going to get through the far side. No, it's not. Well played to run it down to the corner by Oklahoma City. Here's Malcolm now. Trying to counter to here for Colorado Springs. And a footing getting more and more difficult here as we play deeper into this second half. Burt defensively there for Colorado Springs. It's Richard Dixon. Dropping back is Mickey Daly, and he'll swing it back to his keeper, Cody Lorendi.
Good pressing from the Switchbacks FC. Sorry to cut you off there, Josh, but you can see the Switchbacks pressing high there, led by Aaron King, Chris James. Master Cashier in a ton of space on the left-hand side. Ronnie Argueta looking for that ball.
Try to knife it through. He gets through to Cashier, but pinched off immediately by that back air to the OKC Energy defense. And Phillips, a tough run. Look out. In the 18, shot not even close. The big blast of the right foot of Danny Koenig.
Was well closed down there in the end by Josh Phillips. Koenig playing the offside trap perfectly there, getting in behind the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. You can see Josh Phillips straining every sinew to get back there. Just does enough to put off the big man as he fires a shot well wide. No need for a save there.
Roland, we saw that attempt way off the mark. Let's talk about the effect the snow may be having in terms of players trying to strike the ball.
It's going to slicken up that surface. It's going to make it even more difficult for the players to keep their feet, as you can start to see players going down looking for traction here in the second half. Really starting to get slick and really starting to affect this game out there on the playing surface. Right there, you can see 22 Wallace just goes straight down there.
King battling in the corner. It's going to be switchback ball, and he'll get set up at a substitution here for Oklahoma City. Daniel Gonzalez is going to sub in for Alejandro Covarrubias. So Gonzalez in, Covarrubias is out.
Covarrubias really didn't affect the game as much as you would imagine the Oklahoma City Energy thought that he would. You can see here the switchback straight on the attack. Good catch there.
And Lorendi with the save. Fans, don't forget, you can tell us who the Better Business Bureau Switchbacks Man of the Match is going to be. You can do that on Twitter. Go to @SwitchbacksFC and submit your Better Business Bureau Man of the Match. What a match here in the 63rd minute. All even. It's been a shutout here in the second half. The Switchbacks score in the 19th minute on a goal by Master Cashier Alex Dixon, countering in the 26th minute. And that's where we stand here. 64th minute of play. The snow, it has been falling for pretty much the entire second half.
It's been a really good game of soccer, I have to admit, Josh Howe. Only two goals here we've seen so far at Widener Field tonight, but this has been a really good game. The conditions adding a little bit of spice, adding a little bit of intrigue to it, but both teams have come out here desperate for their first win of the season. Both teams have played well, both teams have played hard, and we're going to see the Switchbacks here making their second substitution on the far side of the field.
So in comes Kevon Frater. He'll replace Aaron King. So Frater in, King out. And Frater is a guy who could really make things happen up top.
He is. I just want to say I've been very impressed with the performance by Aaron King had today. Held the ball up well when he was called to. You saw the physical challenges that Aaron King was getting into. Never one to back down from a challenge. Switchbacks are in here down the right-hand side.
Into the 18 and stopped up. And a save by Lorendi on the ground, able to dive to the right side. And
what about the impact of Kevon Frater? I mean, he comes straight into the game, right down the right-hand side, beats a couple of players, goes straight in through on Cody Lorendi. Very brave goalkeeping by the #1 for the Oklahoma City Energy FC. Saves the ball at his feet. But look at this. I mean, straight onto the field, and he's straight in. He's beating players, using that speed. Goes for the shot. The first shot is blocked. See here, he comes in for the second one, takes a swipe at it, maybe a third bite at the cherry. Well held there by Cody Lorendi. Looks like he's going to be okay. Good refereeing to give the big man some time to collect his thoughts.
It certainly looked like he took a shot to the face. And Kevon Frater, a guy who came over from Real Monarchs Salt Lake City. And this is a guy, in terms of an impact player in the league, he can be a game-changing type of player, especially off the bench.
He can, with his speed, with his experience at this level. We know he can score goals at this level. He's a very dangerous player to bring in, especially when the opposition defense is going to be a little bit jaded and a little bit tired here in the 65th minute of a high-altitude snow game here in Colorado Springs.
Work to do, though, for the Switchbacks on the defensive end here. You can see as the player loses his footing. Quick turn here by Cashier across midfield. Here we go, Frater. And he was just offside. Just offside. He had a golden opportunity.
I want to see that one again. I'm not sure he was off. What a move there by Master Cashier to delight the home fans here at Widener Field. Brilliant play by Master Cashier. Just plays that ball. He's onside there. Unlucky there for the Switchbacks to have that one called back against them. He was onside. Good ball there by Master Cashier. Wonderful timed run by Kevon Frater.
Wow. That close. Instead, it stays a 1-1 game. 66 minute of play. So Highland out and Coy Craft in for Oklahoma City. So both teams with a couple of subs here. And Phillips able to play it up and get it out of harm's way.
Miguel Gonzalez just crashed that shot off the post there while we were looking at that substitution there. Dan Jackson quick off of his line. Miguel Gonzalez beat the Switchbacks defensive press there and was able to fire that ball off the post. Now the Switchbacks are back here.
Frater sends it into the 18 and played up by Lorendi.
Things are getting really frantic here. Apologies at home, ladies and gentlemen, but that was Miguel Gonzalez going in one-on-one on goal. Blasted his shot off the post, and straight from that, the Switchbacks were all the way down the other end of the field. Kevon Frater showing his influence once again from his substitution just a few minutes ago.
Boy, if you just turn on the TV, you don't know what month it is, what day it is, you'd have no idea. It's the first day of April, but this has been some kind of a performance today despite the conditions. Both these teams putting on a show, a defensive battle here, a well-played game, but a 1-1 score, and it's going to stay OKC ball.
It's going to be a card there for Pascal Abusi there, taking out Miguel Gonzalez off the ball as Miguel Gonzalez played that pass across. Referee right on top of it once again.
So Miguel Gonzalez, the former Colorado Springs switchback for the last 2 seasons, and here's the call. Abusi, big hit.
Yeah, just leaving his knee in there on the back of Miguel Gonzalez's thigh. Referee right on top of that to call the ball back, or excuse me, call the play back. But a dangerous position here for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC to defend. Could have a strike on goal. Very slick conditions. Might want to try to bounce this one right in front of the goalkeeper. Also a ton of height for the Oklahoma City Energy FC, as we've talked about here today.
Coy Kraft going to take the free kick. Here's the wall by the Switchbacks out in front of the 18. We saw Tulsa bend one in last week.
I would try to play this ball right between the goalkeeper and where you see those Oklahoma City Energy FC players try to put this ball, make the goalkeeper come out, have the defenders running back toward the goalkeeper. See what for the Switchbacks to just have to hold that defensive line and clear this ball here on the first chance. We've seen how dangerous Oklahoma City can be from the second bite.
Kraft ready to go. He'll throw it up, and Jackson secures.
Very confident goalkeeping. Tremendous catch given these conditions.
Big hit with the right foot. Frater try to get loose.
Referee's whistle blew there. Frater just caught the player there.
Fans, don't forget to like the Switchbacks FC on Facebook. Dixon and company, they'll work out of the Switchbacks and Rasmussen. Playing it back, well defended there by James. And he'll tap it back to the midfield stripe. The turn from Daniel Gonzalez, Miguel's younger brother. Just checked down to the second half. Here's Dixon, plays it forward, shot, checks it again, in position.
More strong goalkeeping again. Danny Koenig getting free once again, firing that shot with the right foot, trying to go across the goalkeeper there, and Dan Jackson trying to catch him out at his far post. Wasn't to be had there. Dan Jackson down well, held that ball, which is very hard to do in these bouncy, slick conditions here.
Roland, that's 2 in the second half for Koenig. Had one that fired off to the right side, but certainly he is becoming more and more important offensively for Oklahoma City here in the second half in terms of pressure on his Switchbacks defense. Argueta to midfield to James. Snow falling heavily here in a Widener field. And that'll be Switchback ball as Frater walks forward. Well, you talk about the explosiveness of a guy like Shane Malcolm. How about Frater off the bench? He's equally as impressive up top, and a pack of blue jerseys around it. The flag is up. We play on.
As you said, Kevon Frater comes straight into this match, right off the bench, inserts himself right into the heat of this match here with that chance. See his speed, see the dynamism that he brings to the Switchbacks forward line.
Cashier and company, Sagoff at midfield. Vercelloni, a former captain, also playing here in the second half. Trying to come up with a magical moment to put the Switchbacks up here on a snowy Saturday night in Colorado Springs. Chip down, and Abusi lets it go through to Dan Jackson. What can you say about the effort of number 12 tonight? He has been outstanding.
Absolutely one of the players for the Switchbacks today. Nothing he could do on that first one for the Oklahoma City Energy FC, but he certainly kept his team in the game since.
Cashier creating space. He's got James at midfield, drops it back to Argueta. Ronnie down to Suggs, plays it off the left foot, a little too heavy.
Good pressing there from the Switchbacks. Very good pressing. You see they're winning the ball back inside Oklahoma City Energy FC's half because of that pressing there, led by Chris James, who's on the ball now.
Got Suggs to his left, and Josh just going to get there in time.
Yeah, just asking too much there. Josh Suggs able to get on the end of that one. A good play from the Switchbacks there to press Oklahoma City Energy high up the field, win that ball back in the Oklahoma City Energy FC half.
Well, what would you expect? Nothing less than a close game between these two rivals. Seems like that's the only way these teams will have a game decided. Going back to the First time they played back in the home opener for the Switchbacks in 2015. That shootout in the semifinals of the playoffs in 15. Last year, the home opener in Oklahoma City, and here we go. A great one under the snow here on a Saturday night. Here's James up ahead. What a move, and
good refereeing once again. Right on top of it was the referee. He's going to go to the pocket. Yellow card here. Very dangerous position for the Switchbacks to have a free kick. That's great refereeing once again. He's done a fantastic job all night. He's been right up with play. He was right there next to Chris James and saw that foul there. Good refereeing, as you can see here on the replay. Chris James just cutting inside on his right foot.
James.
Little push off the ball. Referee right on top of it here. And the Switchbacks have a golden opportunity here with the set piece.
Former member of the New Zealand national team. What a talent, what an acquisition here in the offseason for Colorado Springs. So James on a free kick. And this is a guy who was able to put it on spot. We're set. You got Malcolm right on in front of the goal box. Here's James. Bends it in front of the net and cleared out by OKC, Miguel Gonzalez.
It's a good ball in there from Chris James. Surely a handball there, but the referee right on top of it waves it away, but the Switchbacks do have the ball back here.
Cashier drops it back for Suggs. Here we go. James chips it forward. Cashier.
It's going to be a corner kick for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC.
Don't forget TikTok Shop. One of the fine sponsors of Switchbacks FC.
Wells Fargo corner kick here for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC that Chris James will take. He's going to try to whip this ball in. Switchbacks do have their size forward.
James into the 18, still loose, and it's going to spin out through the end line, and the Switchbacks will corner it up from the other side.
That was a strange sequence there. You could just see Switchbacks player missing the ball there. Oklahoma City struggling to get that one cleared there. As we see here in Associates and
accelerated well corner kick here. One of the new sponsors this season. So many great companies coming on board for the Switchbacks here in 17. James to take it again. Chris James, low ball headed out of there by Oklahoma City, and Argueta giving chase. What effort by Ronnie.
Bravo to Ronnie Argueta there once again, flying across from his central midfield position. Knew he had to time that tackle absolutely to perfection. You can see him there giving his good friend Miguel Gonzalez some love. What a tackle there that was from Ronnie Argueta to keep the Oklahoma City Energy FC from being able to break down the far side.
The focus that these two teams have been able to maintain in the elements, pretty impressive. '76th minute of play. Tell you what, our camera guys hanging in there tonight, doing an unbelievable job.
Here, here.
Up top, on the ground, on the ends. None better. This camera crew is lights out. Tremendous work, fellas.
Absolutely, one of the best crews in the USL. I can't second that enough. We have a great production company here. You can see with these conditions, very difficult to get a broadcast out to every ladies and gentlemen at home, but the CET Sports crew here at Colorado Springs doing a fantastic job getting this game out, as we do with all the Switchbacks games here at Widener Field.
And how about that? Keeping the lens clean, not able to do, not easy to do, but they have certainly gotten it done here tonight, bringing you the sights and sounds of this one. Tied up at one of the 76th minute, the home opener for the Switchbacks here in 17.
Good challenge there by Josh Phillips there, stepping up, making that challenge right at the feet of Miguel Gonzalez to win the ball back for the Switchbacks FC.
Mercoloni playing it back to Jordan Burt. He'll flip it up to Luke.
You can see here both teams just a little bit wary of pushing too many men forward. They don't want to get caught on the counterattack so late here in this game, what has been such a physical, hard-played game here in these conditions. Good play there from the Switchbacks. Now Jordan Burt got a ton of space.
Burt closes in with the left foot, and that is intercepted, trying to get it to Chris James. Now the other way, Suggs retreating defensively for Colorado Springs.
Well, you're not going to beat Josh Suggs for pace down that left-hand side there. Good covering there from the Switchbacks left back. Just forcing Oklahoma City to recycle that ball into the center of the field, let his teammates get back and defend.
Miguel to Daniel Gonzalez. Rasmussen works it over to the far side. Malcolm closing in defensively. There, Burt down the defensive end. Quarter of the 18, Burt trying to run him through the end line. And well played as Jackson set up for the nice stop on the near post. Well, 2 weeks on the road in the Lone Star State, San Antonio and Rio Grande Valley. They're back at home against Real Monarchs, Salt Lake City, back on April the 15th. And the Trailheads,
they'll be here.
Rolling, rain, snow, shine, doesn't matter.
Hurricane, forest fire, they'll be here.
Loyal fans. Our Budweiser corner kick here for OKC, 78th minute, trying to break this deadlock.
Real dangerous position here for the Switchbacks. They've got to clear this first ball.
And it gets through the left leg of Luke Vercoloni. Miguel Gonzalez shot, and it's wide of the post near side.
But it was great closing down there, just to put Miguel Gonzalez off of a shot there from Josh Phillips. Josh Phillips comes out here screaming like a banshee to close this one down here. Look at Josh Phillips come out of nowhere here to close this shot down. Look at that defensive intensity from Josh Phillips there, forcing Miguel Gonzalez to pull his shot wide. Great defense there from the Switchbacks as number 2 as we see Miguel Gonzalez.
Teammate, former teammate. They have seen this rivalry play out over the years, of course. In high school in the state of Washington, Miguel Gonzalez go to school at Seattle University, Josh Phillips at Gonzaga, and then reunited here with the Switchbacks now. Opponents again. What a rivalry this has turned out to be. Jackson moving out of goal to make the stop and quickly the throw out. And here we go on a counter for Colorado Springs.
I've been very impressed with Dan Jackson. That was good hands once again. What a great ball.
Frater. And it just shoots through. That's going to be a corner kick here for Colorado Springs. A Wells Fargo corner kick coming up here in the 79th minute.
Wonderful play there by Dixon on the back end there for Oklahoma City. He was able to just get a touch on that ball. Otherwise, the Switchbacks would have been in there. But as we see here, the Switchbacks have a golden opportunity with this Wells Fargo corner kick. You got to think now that with these conditions, a goal now could win it.
Pinballed around. Cleared out for the moment. Argueta retreats here.
Look how deep the Oklahoma City Energy are pinned inside their half. You can see their legs really starting to get heavy now in this altitude in Colorado Springs.
Malcolm the turn. Here to the box. And a big hop here. Retreating defensively is Suggs. Pressed from behind by Cashier. What a play by Josh Suggs.
Once again, been one of the best players on the field, as he usually is. Josh Suggs here. Just going to see him recycle the ball, try to clip that one forward. Nice pass.
Frater. Is it a handball?
I believe it was. Referee right on top of it. Yeah, he did call a handball. Oklahoma City just going to have to restart this one here. You see both sets of coaches there in a furious discussion on the far side. Jimmy Nielsen having a talk with his assistant there, trying to figure out exactly how to get this winning goal here for his team. Steve Tritchie also in discussion with Woldy Harris on the far side, maybe wondering about another substitution.
Lorendi on the goal kick here. The rules have changed this season a bit. Just 3 substitutions allowed this season versus the 5 in seasons past. Both teams with 2 substitutions already here in the second half. Vercoloni and Frater checked in for the Switchbacks. Gonzalez, Daniel Gonzalez, Coy Kraft for Oklahoma City. And losing the footing is Dixon. Recovering though, Dixon and company. It's Richard Dixon. You got Alex Dixon, number 11, Richard, number 2.
It's a good spell of possession here for the Oklahoma City Energy FC. They needed that. They were under a lot of pressure from the Switchbacks, but they've been able to keep their foot on the ball here. It's been good to take the sting out of the Switchbacks attack from an Oklahoma City perspective.
They'll drop it off left side of the 18. Near the end line, the cross, and it goes through the end line.
Very well defended there in the end by the Switchbacks. I'm not sure exactly who was able to clear that one out. You can see Pascal Abusi flying across here, stretching to get that one. It was Pascal. Good defensive clearance there. You can see Dan Jackson covering his near post.
Follow Switchbacks FC on Instagram. Budweiser, corner kick for OKC. high in the air and headed out of there by Colorado Springs. On the back end to play it is Richard Dixon.
He would have been onside. He was inside his own half. You can see that ball goes all the way through there to Cody Lorendi. Really getting tense here at Switchback Stadium. You got to feel now that the next goal is going to win this game.
And Phillips retreating back as it'll roll through to Dan Jackson. Well, Roland, you get the feeling that the Switchbacks are on the verge of striking with Kevon Frater. He has been that close to beating that defense of OKC.
You have. You look at the Switchbacks tonight and you look all across the field, you just have this feeling that they're just sort of one step away from really clicking. Some of these partnerships are just one game or one half away from really starting to gel here. And Kevon Frater has come on, played some fantastic football for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC since his second half introduction.
Miguel Gonzalez drops it back to Rasmussen. Malcolm over to play defensively for Colorado Springs. What effort. There's James Malcolm, and they're going to get Malcolm for the call in the 83rd minute.
See a substitution here on the far side of the field as well there. Unlucky there for Shane Malcolm. Once again, good refereeing. But I believe it'll be Daniel Koenig is going to be coming out for the Oklahoma City Energy FC. And Daniel Jackson's going to be replacing him here. So a like-for-like substitution, striker for a striker here. Danny Koenig it is going to be coming out.
9 is out, and Daniel Jackson, number 20, back in, and there he is.
Speedy player, a little bit different than Daniel Koenig. Doesn't quite have that physical presence that Daniel Koenig has, but he's a dangerous striker as well.
He's got those green and orange shoes on here. We'll see if that flashes in the closing minutes. On a free kick, Ben in, headed out of there by Abusi. Dixon with the right foot, chips up, and well played by Vercoloni.
Luke Vercoloni there just didn't hear the shout there from his goalkeeper. You could see the frustration there on Dan Jackson as he punched the post there. You just gave a shout there for that ball to be left by the Switchbacks to go out. Unfortunately, Luke Vercoloni didn't hear that shout, had to clear that ball out for the Budweiser corner kick here for the Oklahoma City Energy FC. Good covering there from Luke Vercoloni on the back post.
Ben in, high up in the air, Abusi. The range of the defender, so impressive.
What do you think that vertical was? My goodness.
Can get up in a hurry, and that's going to be Switchback ball now with closing in now on the 86th minute of play. And a substitution for the Switchbacks. That's Jung Young Park. Ready to check in for Shane Malcolm.
Really good performance from Shane Malcolm there. Jung Young Park offers a lot of speed, trickeration there, right side. He's a tricky little wing player. He's got a lot of speed, knows how to get in behind players, so very dangerous player to bring on for the last 5 minutes and change here for the Switchbacks. Really does have what it takes to unlock this Oklahoma City Energy defense there, Jung Young Park.
Burt up in the air, played down by James. And Vercoloni. '86th minute of play. Chris James, he's played every minute here tonight. Young Kim. Switchbacks now chasing defensively in a 1-1 game. Here's Rasmussen looking near side. He'll go to the near side to Dixon. Play down with the right foot. Rasmussen sent in by Argueta. Phillips behind. He's bumped. Good recovery and good help. Dixon now trying to squeeze it through. Miguel Gonzalez. We tick towards the 87th minute of play. See that snow kick up here on the near side. Closing minutes. What a match it's been as Phillips lets it go through to Dan Jackson. You know, that's one of the things that Jackson brings, the communication by the keeper making his first start. It's big.
100%. No, you can hear Dan Jackson during the training sessions, during these games, even hear from our position in the commentary booth, constantly barking out to his defenders, telling them where to go, his midfielders as well. We were able to get some inside information from that before the game. We talked to some Switchbacks players. They were very complimentary about Dan Jackson and his distribution and his communication.
Well, fans, our moment of the match brought to you by Penrose Front Range. Critical. How critical was that? Dan Jackson, the save of the game, kept it a 1-1 game. Dan Jackson with our Penrose critical moment of the match.
Reaching back with his left hand. Fantastic save there from Dan Jackson. As you said, kept his team in the game. That would have been two goals right after each other there for the Oklahoma City Energy FC. Goodness knows what could have happened after that, but great goalkeeping from Dan Jackson.
See if they can top that right here. Ball free. Lorendi and a switchback player collide, and slow to get up on the doorstep is Phillips. So physical on those 50-50 balls, and you can see with a switchback player on the ground.
Ronnie Argueta took a real nasty one there to the chest. Real nasty challenge there. He's struggling, Ronnie Argueta, but you could see Josh Phillips are going in. Here's Ronnie Argueta coming in here, wins that ball well, takes a little step, player comes in. Yep, falls right on top of him there, catches his ribs. See the training staff going to come on here. Just take a look at Ronnie Argueta. But great strength there by Josh Phillips to go in one-on-one with Cody Lorendi, almost win that ball there, even though the goalkeeper obviously can use his hands, goes without saying. But great play there from Josh Phillips. We know he's never one to back out of a challenge there. So we'll see Ronnie Argueta. He's getting some treatment here. I think he'll be okay. I know how strong Ronnie Argueta is, so I would bet on the fact that he's going to pop up and be all right.
Took a shot, you can see, trying to work that right shoulder, and here it is.
Yeah, I think it was a shot to the ribs there, right on the knee. See the knee go right into the ribs there. Yeah, you can see Ronnie sort of crumple over, Ronnie Argueta there, as you see the snow lashing down here, the rain, the mist coming down here at Widener Field.
Boy, what a shot by our camera crew here tonight. It has been that kind of a second half. Steady snow has been falling, and a good sight there is Argueta able to run off under his own power.
Looks like the shoulder, but he's one of the toughest players I know, so Ronnie Argueta will be straight back into this game. The Switchbacks have made all 3 subs, so he's just coming across here to talk to the linesman. Ronnie Argueta will be right back into this game as soon as this ball is restarted.
So Chris James with a free kick. Low ball and deflected out, and on the free kick it was Frater that came up to take it with the left foot.
Ball could have gone anywhere. Nice drive there. Switchbacks have a second opportunity here.
So Chris James at a Wells Fargo corner kick here in the 90th minute. We've got extra time coming up. James to put the Switchbacks up by a goal. Backside. Jordan Burt, another opportunity.
It was well marshaled there at the back post. Jordan Burt just couldn't keep that effort down and on goal. But good play there from the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC to really push the envelope here at the end of this game. Very impressed with the Switchbacks going forward tonight. They've shown a lot of appetite, a lot of desire. They haven't quit. They've continued going forward. They've continued attacking through different players, through different channels. They've tried and they've tried and they've tried again. And it's been a very resolute defensive performance by both teams.
Now, both these teams looking for a result. So 3 minutes of extra time put on the clock here. Check that. They're going to adjust it now to 2 minutes. So 2 minutes of stoppage time will be enough for the Switchbacks to come out of here with their first victory of the season. Cashier, top of the 18, headed out of there by OKC Rasmussen. He plays it, tap back. Energy FC on the move. Out of the Switchbacks in, here's Daniel Gonzalez.
Danger here for the Switchbacks. They need to regroup defensively.
Long ball.
It's good there. Well marshaled there by Josh Phillips. Pascal Abusi coming across as well, letting that ball just go out. No trouble there for Dan Jackson, who's just going to restart this one. Hopefully one more attack for the Switchbacks FC to end this game.
So a minute to go in extra time. Jackson to midfield. Played behind Vercaloni. Argueta closes in. There's Cashier. Had the goal in the 19th minute. Abusi plays it up. James, Vercaloni, here we go. About 40 seconds left at extra time.
This could be it for the Switchbacks FC in terms of going forward here. Park on the far side, great feet.
Park moves it up. Here's James into the 18, turning. Burt, left foot on it. Cashier, and it's wide.
Unlucky there for the Switchbacks FC. Great play there on the far side by Jung Young Park. Wonderful feet. Master Cashier just couldn't keep his shot down there. But great play, great initiative there. Way to press the game there right at the end of this. 92 minutes here for the 93 minutes here for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Fantastic play, pushing forward, really trying to get that winning goal right at the end of the game.
Alarendi, one last goal kick, but what an effort by Colorado Springs. That close to coming out of here with 3 points. But this has been a hard-played match by both teams.
Could be one more chance left in this game. I thought the referee was going to put his lips to the whistle there as that goal kick was taken, but the Switchbacks could have one more opportunity here.
Here's Frater, played it up. Suggs just beyond him. Into the stands it goes. They'll hustle forward. Cashier, Suggs. Cashier, do they send it in one more time?
Good play.
Suggs into the 18, cleared out. Rasmussen. Midfield, here's Dixon. Argueta defending.
Head coach Steve Tritchu going mad on the sidelines there, desperately asking the fourth official where this extra time is coming from.
Played up, look out, Rasmussen.
Good defense there, covering from Josh Phillips. Well played there by Dan Jackson just to push that one further out. Steve Trishu asking a lot of questions of the fourth official there on the far side of the field of just exactly where this extra time is coming from. We're well into a minute over the allotted extra time. Now, of course, that's a minimum of 2 minutes of extra time, but we've had a lot of extra time here and there haven't been any injuries in overtime.
So last chance for OKC, perhaps. Corner kick, Rasmussen. Ball in, cleared right back out.
Well done there, Master Cashier. Surely the referee's going to blow the whistle there when this goal kick goes. We've had almost double the allotted amount of extra time here. Referee checks his watch one more time. That's going to be it as soon as this ball's kicked, I believe. That's it.
And that will do it. Well, a result for Colorado Springs. They get a 1-1 draw. Steve Tritchu embracing Jimmy Nielsen of OKC. What an effort by both these teams.
Thought it was a fantastically played game. You know, it would have been unfortunate for either of these teams to lose this game, but the Switchbacks really bossed things here in the second half. They went forward. They had a lot of chances. Obviously, great save by Dan Jackson in the first half to keep the Switchbacks in the game, but I was really impressed with how the Switchbacks went forward. Really tried. You can see there Miguel Gonzalez talking to some of his former teammates there, but I was really impressed with the Switchbacks after they rebounded. Difficult loss last week, but to come back here, hold a good team, a good, hungry team like the Oklahoma City Energy FC to a goal and a tie. Great game for the Switchbacks.
Gut check type of draw for the Switchbacks. They needed this. They get a point. Jimmy Nielsen's got to feel the same way. Both these teams had given up a combined 7 goals coming in. They locked it down defensively here tonight.
They did. That started with Dan Jackson for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks, but also Josh Phillips, Pascal Abusi. We saw that partnership take a great step forward here tonight after some uncertain beginnings last weekend. But Pascal Abusi, Josh Phillips, Josh Suggs, Jordan Burt, Ronnie Argueta once again, Taesung Kim, the entire Switchbacks defensive line was very compact, very well organized here today.
Roland, what are the storylines coming in? Who would emerge as a goalkeeper? Who's going to take over the starting job? Well, I think Dan Jackson certainly put his hand up today and said, you know what, I want this job, and he played like it.
100%, he put his stamp on that. Head coach Steve Tritchu knows it's a competition to see who's going to replace David Lagoric, who was the Switchbacks FC starting goalkeeper last season, but Dan Jackson came in. Great performance today. We saw a good save, good distribution as well.
And on the defensive end, Pascal Abusi, the new face there. We talked about Christian Ibiaga exiting after the 2016 season. The chemistry looked to be so much better on that back line with Abusi in there tonight.
It did, and I think a lot of credit for that has to go to Josh Phillips. Josh Phillips, he's come a long way. He's got a lot of experience under his belt now in this league, and you can see him marshaling around his defenders, his midfielders, and helping Pascal Abusi out, who has incredible raw talent. It was a real step forward in the right direction for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks Switchbacks FC defense tonight. We talked about Dan Jackson, Pascal Labusi, and Josh Phillips. Dan Jackson there coming across. What a fantastic performance by the Denver University graduate.
Now this former DU Pioneer, applause here for the crowd as he's coming over to the near side. What an effort, and I'll tell you what, tip your cap to the fans. They stuck it out. A miserable night, but what a game as these Switchback players and the Energy FC, they delivered, put on quite a show tonight. What a performance here. Dan Jackson getting the play of the game, and a lot to build on as they hit the road. This is going to be a tough road trip down to San Antonio and then further south for game number 2 of a 2-game road trip.
It's going to be nice for the Switchbacks to get some warm weather, though. Obviously, nasty conditions up here in Colorado Springs, but for the Switchbacks to be able to get that cohesiveness to gel, get some things moving going forward here in Texas is going to be really strong for the Switchbacks FC.
This is God Final. The Switchbacks, the Energy FC, a 1-1 draw. Stick around. Ziggy and company. We got the post-game show coming up next.
With over 70 games plus playoffs, a 360 weekly Avalanche face-off, shoot, score, and post-game analysis with the Locker Room Report. Only one place gives you the most complete coverage of your favorite NHL team. Altitude Sports, your home for Colorado Avalanche hockey.
Spring is sprung here on CET. Spring Sports takes center stage every Sunday night on XSR. Get outside and find your next destination on Xterra Adventures. Then tune up your instrument and get down with studio sessions. And your Colorado Springs Switchbacks are back for another season, exclusively here on CET.
Dumas, 150 miles an hour.
It's the 95th running of the Broadmoor Pikes Peak International Hill Climb, brought to you by Gran Turismo. On June 25th, watch the world's greatest riders and drivers compete on America's mountain. Meet the competitors and experience the thrills at FanFest. The Broadmoor Pikes Peak International Hill Climb, brought to you by Gran Turismo, June 25th. Get some speed. Tickets available at ppihc.com.
Choose Penrose Cancer Center for the most pioneering care in Southern Colorado, offering the most advanced tools and expertise for over 70 years. Part of the comprehensive Centura Health Cancer Network. Learn more at penrosecancercenter.org.
Back here at Widener Field, the post game, a 1-1 draw. Colorado Springs FC, the Switchbacks FC, and Oklahoma City Energy FC, a 1-1 draw. Well, Josh Howe back here in the booth, and what a performance by a ton of guys out there on the field, but certainly a man who stood out today. He is standing by with our Roland Vargas, our Better Business Bureau man of the match. Roland?
Joined here by Master Kasher. Master, what a goal that was. Tell me how you were able to get that strike through.
I mean, that was the game plan, getting the ball wide and try to create space, shots, crosses, and that was a great ball from Shane. I want to mention the run from Josh Shuggs that created me all the space, so the defender went and just cut inside, and I know I have a decent shot, so I just tried my chance and went in.
It was a great goal. Now you've got a difficult trip down to Texas, 2 games. How do you guys regroup, move forward, try to get 6 points on the road now?
I mean, today I think was a positive game because we had a lot of chances. Our shape was really good. We were good, I think, and we just have to build from that. Have a good week of practice and just move forward there and try to get some points.
Thank you very much, my friend. Well played today.
Thank you.
Back to you, Josh.
Thank you, Roland. Thank you, Master Cashier, our Better Business Bureau man of the match. You see Ronnie Arquetta signing for a fan there. And here are the numbers after this one. What a game. The season opener here at Widener Field for Colorado Springs. 8 corner kicks for the Switchbacks. You see the shot advantage, +1 advantage there for Oklahoma City. Free kicks dead even there. Yellow cards, total of 3. 1 for the Switchbacks, 2 for Oklahoma City Energy FC. No red cards issued in this one. But the big story coming out of this, Dan Jackson plays well, and he helps get the Switchbacks on the board. They get a result for the first time this season, and there he is, Dan Jackson, as we take a look at how these 90 minutes unfolded. First half, Roland, 1.5, and certainly the tone set by Colorado Springs in this goal.
And he paid credit. I just talked to Master Kasher. He paid credit for that overlapping run there from Josh Suggs, and what a finish by the winger there for the Switchbacks FC.
So 1-0 the score, that coming in the 19th minute of play. Master Cashier, first goal of the season for Colorado Springs, but 7 minutes later, we're even again.
A little bit of pinball in the box there. Dixon, ball falls right to Dixon. Nothing that the goalkeeper could do. Dan Jackson about that finish, blasted in 1-1.
And then in the second half, it got tight defensively. Bump of the back there, Miguel Gonzalez on Ronnie Arquetta. A physical game, clean game, but certainly you love the intensity on both sides. And here's Shane Malcolm.
Yeah, you can see the speed there. James with the snapshot there, his left foot well held by Laurenti. Now we see Master Kasher once again showing his improvement on the left-hand side, trying to whip that ball across the face of goal.
And Frater, who checked into the second half, he is so dangerous and nearly came up with the go-ahead goal there, but a well-played ball by Cody Laurenti. And physicality there, Ibusi really settling into that defensive role.
He picked up that yellow card there, but it was a well-played night there by Ibusi. Another good save there by Dan Jackson. Well held there, Danny Koenig. He was a thorn in the Switchback side all night long, but it was a good save once again. Chris James down the left-hand side now. There was that foul, referee right on top of it. Switchbacks, a good performance here, 1-1, probably a fair result. You see a nice embrace there between the two head coaches on the far side after the game.
Jimmy Nilsson and Steve Tritchew, and so it brings us to a result, 1-1. Both teams pick up a point. Huge for the momentum, especially for the Switchbacks. They go on the road. That's a tough road trip. But the biggest thing, not only do they have the point, but they've got confidence for a team that's still trying to find itself early on with a lot of new parts, new faces this season.
I think it was critical to have a good defensive performance here tonight for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Okay, they gave up a goal. They didn't keep the clean sheet, but it was a good performance. It was a team defensive performance, as you said. Now they've got that Texas two-step on the road. It's going to be a very difficult road trip for the Switchbacks, but they've got a good foundation from here.
And I think they've got a pretty good idea who their goalkeeper is at least going forward for the next few games. Dan Jackson certainly emerged here tonight. good performance. We talked about it. Abusi stepping up on the defensive end. And off the bench, you had Frater coming in, Vercoloni getting more and more minutes. So this is a team, hey, we're only 2 games in, but already you can see a lot of reasons for the optimism around the Switchbacks here in 2017.
100% a point from 2 games. Not the best thing in the world, but the Switchbacks have a foundation now to build on. Defensively, they've got some cohesiveness. You saw the center of the midfield there marshaled by Ronnie Argueta. Strong substitutions coming in for the Switchbacks, being able to bring Luke Vercoloni, Kevon Frater off the bench. I mean, that's some real class to bring into this USL. So the Switchbacks did really well tonight, and they've got something to go for moving forward.
And they get a point heading down to the Lone Star State next week. Don't forget our next broadcast on April the 15th against the Real Monarchs of Salt Lake City. Make sure you tune in to Twitter and YouTube. You can catch all the action on the road over the next 2 weeks. We will see you back here again on the 15th. For my partner, Roland Vargas, and our camera crew who did an outstanding job tonight, everybody in the truck, I'm Josh Howe saying so long from Widener Field. The Switchbacks at OKC Energy FC play to a 1-1 draw. Good night, everybody.